Brace yourself. The Federal Reserve is putting us on the road to an unnecessary recession. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. The Federal Reserve is raising interest rates in a belated response to an inflation that a year ago it told us was transitory and nothing to worry about. Now the danger is that our central bank may overreact. The problem is that the Fed officials don't seem to grasp what inflation is and how to fight it effectively. There are two types of inflation, monetary and non-monetary. Each requires a different response. The monetary kind is when a currency loses value, most often when cash-strapped governments create too much of it. The non-monetary type comes when prices go up because of events like bad weather, war, government regulatory actions that artificially raise costs such as rent controls that discourage new construction, or the extremely disruptive shutdowns of economies in response to COVID-19. While distinct, both types of inflations can occur simultaneously, which is what we've been experiencing with the pandemic. The best response to non-monetary inflation is to step back and let the economy heal. This is what we did after World War II. You don't convert overnight factories that were turning out tanks and military equipment to making cars, refrigerators, and other consumer items. Prices zoomed, but eventually the transition was made and prices settled down. The pandemic shutdowns cut back production and prices went up. Unfortunately, the Biden administration has been hampering the healing process with its war against fossil fuels, making them more expensive, and other costly regulations. The Federal Reserve has lit up the classic monetary type of inflation by vastly increasing the money supply, even before COVID hit. The central bank hasn't stopped. A huge portion of the spending by Washington has been financed by the Fed creating money out of thin air. The Fed has been using a gimmick called reverse repurchase agreements, reverse repos for short, to temporarily dam up an even bigger flood of money from hitting the economy. But that won't work for long. Here we get to the Fed's economic malpractice. It thinks you curb inflation by slowing down the economy, and it does that by raising the cost of money. It hopes today for what it calls a soft landing. Sadly, a crash landing is more likely. As the central bank hikes rates, mortgage payments go up, and so do other costs. This will push the economy into a downturn. The Fed shouldn't even be manipulating interest rates. Let the markets set those. What it should focus on is stabilizing the value of the dollar. It should be reducing its inflationary holding of bonds. The Fed can do nothing about non-monetary inflation, but can certainly deal decisively with the monetary kind. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.